12. Now Jesus had 12. He also had 12 female apostles. People don't know that. Why? No, the females were property. A donkey was worth more than the female. I'm sorry. So that's why the females weren't included in the Bible. Especially the Magdalene energy. Mary Magdalene was a medium. Jesus got a lot of information from her. And people don't know that. When Peter and Paul went to talk to Mary Magdalene, okay, in the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, what were the secrets that Jesus taught her? Was there any secrets? The answer is no. Because it was about the feminine energy. The males at that time, the apostles, how can a female be a leader? Christianity was carried by the females because they did the healing, they did the nurturing, they did the compassion work. Like Peter carried a sword, right?
According to the cemeteries, which are underground, because all the stuff above ground was like destroyed of evidence of feminine and priestess. 80% of the Catholic Church in the beginning was women, and there's photos of them, artwork of them doing the ceremony. The priestesses that were doing the ceremonies.
Very
The beginning of it, that's what
it was, okay. Even the baptismal, when they went into the water to baptize people, the women tapped the water and sang. You think the guys are going to tap the water and sing too? Give me a break. At that time, no. Because they had their male ego thing out in their way. But people don't know that. This is all channeled in church. So what we're trying to do is bring back the divine feminine. So the whole purpose of the group energy is to bring back the sisterhood, the women, in creating circles. When you create women's circles, a feminine circle now. So some of us guys have more balanced energy, or we're coming back with the feminine energy. That's what we need people to do. And basically, I teach for free. Okay? Some may argue with me, and some people will, but I'm not here to make money on this stuff. Because then I don't have to perform. I just give you my viewpoint of things. So the whole thing about the vortex energy is it's clockwise and counterclockwise. The toroidal energies are basically energies of the toroid. The toroid is a weave of energy. And we're basically figure eight. You cut a small section of our bodies. We have figure eight electromagnetic energies, a north and south pole. But actually, we're an orb. So we have a horizontal plane and a vertical plane that you cut. It's circle energy. Okay, the circle energy is important.
Where's the black hole in that, Philip?
Your heart. People don't know that you can get into the universe through your heart. By doing the heart pump, by going into with the particles of light into your heart, you can actually reach God, the universal God. Not easy. Because what you're gonna do is when you get into your heart, you're gonna just see blackness. Until you see a pinpoint of light. Once you get into the pinpoint of light, you're entering a portal. You're coming out of the portal into the universe, into the cosmos. But doing that, you need to do that in a meditation or a group meditation where the energy is stronger. That's why I like Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. You're playing with the golden particles of light, but you're flying, okay? So this is what the situation is with toroidal energies. So to make a good toroid, you need base 12 mathematics, not base 10 mathematics. Base 12 is the key, okay? Planetary energy is a toroidal energy too, okay? Electromagnetic fields. Your heart circulates energy, okay? It goes in a circular motion. You're creating electromagnetic fields. You're creating like a motor, okay? Therefore, you're creating memory, consciousness, magnetic memory, okay? But the magnetic memory cannot be destroyed because it goes to the Akashic records, or the Akash. The Akash is a toroidal field that's out there that has a word, human consciousness. This human consciousness is all about programs. You know, if you want to be a rich man, maybe you might have the Bill Gates program in there somewhere, okay? But each program is dependent on your ego. The ego affects the personality, the program itself. So, you have a practical brain, a heart brain, the Akashic field, which is your mental brain, and then you have your spiritual brain, which is your source brain, source God. The problem with the mental brain is that's where the truth is, the human consciousness is. But there's a bandwidth around the Akashic records. That bandwidth is the Illuminati. The Illuminati is set up so that you will not, unless you have you can go and have a filter. The Illuminati was set up by the Gnostics too. The Gnostics, these scenes, set up long ago for people not to know the truth, because the truth was too powerful. So it was set up by the Gnostics too. But now, because mankind is ready, the truth is ready to break apart that Illuminati barrier. So I'm not trying to say the duality of good versus bad. We're just saying the filtration of truth is part of that, okay? Now, circuit dynamics, oneness of group. Oneness. What is oneness? Oneness means that there's no dark or light. From the darkness came the light in Genesis 2 and 3. Okay? So out of the light, out of the darkness, because our vision of darkness does not see the full spectrum, and our eyes cannot see the full spectrum of light. Because what may be light to other beings is darkness. Any questions on that? Or you guys have questions that you don't understand the physics of that? Okay? cover the soul. Okay, cultivation of energy. What you're doing when you're moving energy, okay? You notice you can do it this way, right hand, left hand. And if you're doing it that way, the cultivation of energy, hardly anybody does it. Because when they do healings, when people do healings, do they cultivate their energy? Do they breathe? Okay? The key is the breath work too. When you do the ha breath, what is the ha breath? What does it have? What does the breath have? What type of energy?
Vibration. Heart?
Yeah? It has light and sound energy. Sound energy is the trailing edge of the light, like thunder. You will see the light, and then you hear the thunder. So when you're breathing out or breathing in, you're taking particles of light. And when you're spreading out, what are you giving? Particles of light or waves of light? It's waves of light. That's why light is particles and waves. So you're bringing in the particles of light and you're breathing out the waves of light. But people don't know that. People think that, hey, wow, the ha breath is, breathe this, breathe that, breathe that. Okay? So the key in the vortex healing, I just need 9 people because the rest of you guys are gonna have to walk around here. We're gonna do circle dynamics.
Yeah.
Circle dynamics, clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise again. Okay? And you'll feel the energy of the plant. Okay? But not right now. When we do, that's the exercise we're gonna have to do. Okay? And the soul is an orb. Okay? Normally a perfect circle. Sometimes we get kind of like, maybe our mental body or our spiritual body is kind of out of whack. In Alzheimer's, our mental body is, maybe to the right, to the left of the center. So when we're working with PTS, Alzheimer's, or any type of mental disease or deficiency, I should still use the word disease, deficiency. Singing is important. Okay? Why singing? A vibration, but from the heart is important because the vagus nerve takes information tonally. So if you sing in the bathroom is okay, singing in the shower is okay too. Because guys, maybe we don't like to sing. I don't like to sing. how can you hear my voice? But the thing is, for women, when you're healing somebody, you put your 2 thumbs on the vagus nerve and your arm, your fingers around the carotid artery, and sing and blow. Okay? This is what's going to create and break up the plaque of the telomeres of your system. Because why you have Alzheimer's is the plaque covering up the telomeres. So the telomeres are misfiring or you got this rubbish in the way. Okay?
Where's the vagus nerve? Speaking
The vagus nerve is behind your neck, where you get the 2 columns coming up.
of? So you were talking about putting the thumbs on it, how are
Yeah.
you facing that one?
Yeah, whatever you want to do. To me, I don't care what style you use.
From like behind?
Yeah, behind or whatever, okay? You can use your 2 fingers on one hand or 2 fingers on whatever it is. Okay, in martial arts to me, if I block this way, if I block this way, if I block this way, if I block that way, it's a block. I don't care how you do it. Everybody has their own personal, do that, okay? When you do it, you might wanna do this and sing and dance. It doesn't matter, but singing and dancing will help. Because what you're doing is you're doing figure eights with your hips, okay? Now, you gotta remember, hula was a healing dance, was free form. It was not, I'm praying, I'm showing the rainbow, the rain, or whatever, the story. The story was good, but the thing is, it was a healing dance. Some people that really do the healing hula, they may weigh, 135 pounds or 125 pounds, and they can lift a guy 200 pounds. How do they do that? Because they have that healing energy in them, that they can lift that person. My accountant was shocked when she went to this woman that maybe it was a Japanese girl that weighed 100 pounds. He weighed 175 pounds. She lifted him from the massage table to a turn around. But she was doing a healing hula. You see? Hawaiian is good when you're chanting. If you learn how to chant, fine, because that's sound. But you gotta fool around with the light. You cannot just use the sound. You need the light. So how do you get the light? You need to emphasize on developing your light energy. So that's why cultivation of energy, the chi energy, is good. Now, developing the chi and the breath is important. People don't tell you that if you move the tip of your tongue to the roof, but do not touch, try that. What happens to your saliva? You get more saliva. That's your chi. The Qigong people don't tell you that, because that's one of their secrets. Okay, like 0-point energy, like Bruce Lee, the 1-inch punch. It's a joint energy. The joint is a 0-point energy, because you can go clockwise, counterclockwise. So when you can do any clockwise, counterclockwise motion, you're creating a portal of energy. So far, any more questions? Where everything is going to push over your head. Okay? Now, the soul is genderless. Am I correct? There's no gender in the soul. But souls are either 50%, 49%, 51%, male or female. It's a balance, because there's no gender. But God sometimes is not perfect, okay? The soul in the body, you only have 38% to 37% of the soul in the body. So if I'm a male, but I have 75% female energy in my body, who am I going to be attracted to? Yeah. Even though I have a male body. Because my energy is more female. Because my male energy is outside the body, in your aura. Very simple physics. People don't seem to understand that, hey, wow, the guy's gay. But it really doesn't matter. He's genderless. He's just experiencing the gay in this lifetime. If you're not taking drugs, then you have a nice aura. If you take drugs like ice heroin, or any type of opioid, your aura is like a porcupine, full of spikes. You're trying to be happy, trying to get out of your depression. So what happens when you have a person that has passed away, that don't know he's dead? Let's say he was died of a drug overdose, he's in a dreamland. He's gonna attach to your energy. Okay? And then when the fuel collapses, he's stuck in you. I used to do exorcisms, but right now I don't do exorcisms, because what I do is I light up the body. Because sometimes when you do exorcisms, they kind of attack you, they bite you, they do all kind of crazy stuff that doesn't bother me, but you know, sometimes you see whether, oh my God, bite marks on me. Okay? Any questions on that?
What if you take marijuana? Would it-
Marijuana is an organic thing. Okay, it's not processed. As long as it's not processed. When you have a processing that do something to it, you change things. Okay, what is the natural things? It means that you don't process it, you just, and you don't get carried away with it. There's always balance.
I have a question, sorry. How do you realize if somebody is attached to you? Like a singer, as you said.
Has something on them?
No, how do you, like, is there any way to know that if somebody is attached to you?
If you have someone that can see things. Normally people that take ice, there's 3 to 5 individuals on them.
Like Philip can see.
No, I can't see, I know. There's a difference between knowing this and seeing.
Yeah.
Knowing this, from my point of view, I get 22 inputs. I get multi-dimensional inputs. They don't want me to see anyway, because, you know, one time my friends were seeing this UFO go across the moon. I didn't see shit, I wanted to see it. You know, and you know, the answer was, well, we don't want you to be distracted. So they put a filter on me too. But anyway, there's no such thing as zero. There's no such thing as nothingness. Nothingness, zero means nothing that exists. Creation is one. When you're creating things. So creation, evolution is the same. When we're creating, we're evolving. When we're evolving, we're creating. There's no difference. So when somebody said, oh, God created us, have we not evolved from being caveman? And if you don't believe in evolution, then what happened when Adam and Eve ate from the tree of knowledge? Did God want you to be dumb, running around naked? Or He wanted you to think? Think about that. Do you want to think and not be sheep? You see, the whole thing about religion is they want you to follow.
It was the contrast of God that showed up, wasn't it? It said,
Yeah.
run and hide.
Yeah, you're true. It's true. The contrast. Okay, now, if God talks to you, you have you have your ego, you have your personality around you. Okay, so if God is talking to you, don't expect 100% information coming out of you. Because nothing is perfect. Nothing is. If you were perfect and God was talking to you, you wouldn't be in the body. but you have your ego and your personality in the way. So how much of information are you gonna get from God, from source energy? It depends on your ego, your personality. It's the lowest common denominator, by the way. Strictly mathematics, LCD. If you're talking to somebody or doing a reading to somebody and he's a low vibrator, don't expect your answers to be way up there. It may be way up there, but he's only hearing what he wants to hear. It's not gonna be information that may change, it may not. But a lot of times when I used to give, ask questions, my friend Sue Bowman, only now, 10 years later, did she say, oh, now I understand you.
No.
You know, she thanks. Some of the questions I ask is kind of like far off questions. Okay, so basically the exercise, what time do we have?
22 minutes, 23 minutes?
Okay. We covered quickly the cultivation, a heart hum. Now, if you have bad knees, stem cells. Stem cells are in your joints, especially people with knee problems. The cartilage is worn out. So what you need to do is move the stem cells from your hip, whatever hip, right hip or left hip. You have to do a clockwise motion with each breath. Say I want to gather my stem cells from my hip joint to move some stem cells to my knee, but you have to have the intent. So when you're moving each outgoing breath, you clockwise motion. Stop and do an inward breath, outward breath, move. It's like in martial arts, power is in the outward breath. Okay, inward breath, you're taking it in. Okay,
So what's moving clockwise?
you're moving the stem cells from your hip
So that you're
to
moving
your bad
them
knee
in a clockwise way.
in a clockwise way, circular. Okay, the reason why clockwise is the right hand rule in electromagnetism, the direction of electrons. Right hand means going in. Any questions with the right hand rule? That's basic physics. If you want to look it up, it's called the right hand rule. Okay? So, the thing about everything is based on physics. Have you guys heard of Cryon? He talks about the physics, he talks about the 12 mathematics of 12. He also talks about the 2 laws of physics that we haven't discovered yet. Okay? There's a lot of stuff we haven't discovered because man hasn't evolved yet. So when you can evolve your brain consciousness to 35 to 65%, you can walk on water. How much of your brains are you using? No, you're using more. In this group, you guys are using way more. The 10% are the ones that just don't want to think. They don't want to advance. See? The children right now, after 2000, are using, if you go to the birth channel, they're using 22 to 23%. So they're smarter than you. Okay, but we can catch up with them.
Did you say bird channel?
Hmm?
Like bird channel?
Yeah.
Well, okay, can you take a moment to elaborate on that, or is that not relevant?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm really interested in that stuff.
There's the movement of, like the birth channel is like a portal.
Oh, birth.
birth,
Oh, I thought you said bird.
birth channel. Sorry, I gotta pronunciate better,
No,
you know. If I channel, she'll slow the shit out of me, and I'll talk in a different voice,
birth canal.
you know.
Birth canal.
So anyhow, the thing is consciousness, we're raising our vibration. So our consciousness is going higher. So when we're going higher, you're gonna notice a lot of things. Your awareness is there. You become aware of things. Stupid, silly things that you may have not thought about. Hey, wow, what is this? How come now I know about this? You see? So the key is raising your vibration to meditation and to breath work. And if you can, dance or sing. Because all those things make you happy, like movement. So when your movement is like Qigong, okay? There's a set of Qigong people that call fragrant Qigong or Shen Gong. The intermediate level has this. It looks like hula, right? But that's part of the intermediate level of Qigong in the Shen Gong exercise. The Shen Gong came out in the 60s or 70s, I think, when somebody started teaching it. It was called fragrant Qigong. The reason why it's called fragrant Qigong is once you practice it, you can smell the angels. The sweet fragrance. And normally you can smell that and you're actually angels too. Okay. The vagus nerve is your input to your DNA. You can change the DNA. Because the DNA is just programs. If you know computers, you know about jump statements, stop statements. Everybody took a little bit of computer programming. Okay, you have what we call go-to statements. Let's say, because I have diabetes, because I did this, it jumps to a diabetic program. Now to get out of this diabetic program, I gotta put a jump statement in there. Or I gotta work and get out of this jump statement. So it's all about reprogramming yourself. Any disease you can cure. Humans are designed to grow back their limbs too.
What?
But we have blockages, programming blockages. So like I said, I would like you guys to experience the vortex healing with energy work. So what I want you to do is, the inner circle walks clockwise with their hands out. And the outer circle walks with their same thing in the other direction. And the people that are extra out of the 9 walk clockwise, their hands on their heart and direct energy inward. Okay, if you can do that, you can remove your chairs and I don't know if you well, it's good because you can walk slowly.